Simping, a multi-platinum megastar, a titan of global streaming, sitting in front of hundreds of thousands of live viewers, willingly transforming himself into a canine on command. It is a surreal spectacle. Aubrey Graham, a man who once styled himself as the self-serious mob boss of the 6ix9ine, lowering his voice to deliver a crisp, unprompted series of barks for an internet goth influencer. It is the kind of internet-breaking humiliation that transcends mere cringe and enters the realm of psychological performance art. In that single, unscripted moment of canine compliance, we were not just watching a wealthy pop star flirt. We were witnessing a desperate, live-streamed cry for absolute validation from a digital audience that no longer fears him. Complex. To understand how a man of his stature ends up performing audio impressions of a household pet for a random stream, we have to look at the lingering phantom limb of his historic defeat to Kendrick Lamar. That rap battle did more than dent a resume. It shattered an invincibility cloak. Drake has spent the months since the loss looking like a ghost haunting his own mansion, a man trapped in the amber of a grudge he cannot digest or dismiss. Every post, every subtle lyrical jab, and every hyper-exposed public appearance carries the heavy, stagnant energy of a fighter who keeps shadowboxing an opponent who already knocked him out and walked away. He cannot overcome the L because his entire empire was built on the premise that he never takes one. Beneath the bruised ego lies an insatiable, almost pathological addiction to being famous. For most artists, megastardom eventually breeds a protective layer of detachment, a desire for privacy, or at least a cynical weariness toward the spotlight. Not for Drake. He looks like a man who would rather be mocked, meme-fied, and humiliated on a live stream than face the terrifying alternative of being ignored. Fame is his oxygen tank. As long as the numbers are ticking upward and the chat is moving at warp speed, he exists. The medium doesn't matter, whether it's topping the Billboard charts or barking like a poodle, so long as all eyes, glazed and mocking alike, remain fixed squarely on him. This brings us to the core tragedy of his current psychological blueprint, an exhausting, transparent desperation to be accepted. For all his billion-stream flexes and curated luxury, Drake still radiates the energy of the kid standing outside the cool kids circle, aggressively asking if they noticed his new sneakers. Whether he's chasing internet subcultures, bending over backward to align with whatever microtrend is currently pop culture adjacent, or throwing a $400,000 house at a streamer's mother just to secure a smile, the motivation is always the same. He wants to be liked by the culture that built him, even if he has to compromise every ounce of his remaining dignity to purchase a seat at the table. Ultimately, watching modern Drake is like watching an aging rock star desperately stage dive into a crowd of teenagers who only know him from TikTok compilations. The wealth is staggering. The commercial dominance is undeniable, yet the internal landscape is hollowed out by a relentless fear of irrelevance. He is a man who conquered the music industry only to realize that the throne is entirely empty if nobody is clapping. So yes, he will bark, he will pander, and he will stubbornly rehash old beefs, all because the alternative, fading quietly into quiet dignity, is too terrifying to contemplate. In his pursuit of total acceptance, he has given us the most revealing character study of our current era, a pop culture titan who traded his final shred of mystique just to hear the chat type W. Complex.